Hello everyone. This video is for standard 6. In the previous video for standard 6 we had solved exercise 3b, but in this video we are going to learn a few properties that would be helpful for us in solving exercise 3b. So let's begin. In this video we have to read some properties of addition. Okay, so let's begin with the closure property. Closure property: if a number a, if a and b are two whole numbers, then a plus b is also a whole number. This is very simple thing. If you take two whole numbers like 9 and 11, whole numbers start from 0. Always remember, whole number starts from 0, natural number from 1. So when whole number do not include any fraction or decimal. Okay, it is just a complete number. It can be anything right from 0 to infinity. So 9 and 11 are the two whole numbers and their sum is what? 20, which is also a whole number. So the property is verified here that the if two numbers are whole numbers and they are added, then their sum would also be a whole number. Like this, 14 and 28 is added and their sum, which is 42, which is also a whole number. So let's come to the next property, that is commutative property. Commutative property says that if a and b are any two whole numbers, then a plus b is equal to b plus a. Just the order has been changed after the equal sign. Okay, a which was in left side is in right side on the other side of equal. B which was in right side on the left side of the equal sign is in the left side on the right side of the equal line. This is very simple. Just you can see here, a is here right now and here in the side b is here, see here. Sure, it is very simple and we can solve this by having some examples. Let's take two numbers. These two are whole numbers. Always remember, whole number starts from 0. So 8 and 11, which are whole numbers, their sum is what? 19. And when the order is changed, that is when 11 is written first and 8 last, then also the sum is 19 only. So 8 plus 11 is equal to 11 plus 8. In this way, commutative property or commutative law of addition is verified. Okay, now let's see the third property, that is additive property of 0. If a is any whole number, then a plus 0 is equal to 0 plus a is equal to a. Slightly commutative property also you can feel here, that a plus 0 is equal to 0 plus a. This is only what commutative property says, that if a plus b is equal to b plus a, then there is commutative property. Let's see the examples. 235 is added to 0, then the sum is 235. 0 is added to 235, then the sum is also 235. So 0 doesn't change the sum. Okay, let's see the next property, that is associative property. For any whole numbers a, b and c, we always have a plus b plus c. Just note here that a plus b is in bracket in left side and b plus c is in bracket on the right side. So a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Just the order or the place of bracket matters here. So let's check by having some examples, by taking some numbers. Let's take a as 9, b as 12 and c as 15. Here we have added first and 9 plus 9 and 12. Remember the BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule says what? First we need to solve the bracket, then off, then division, then multiplication, addition and then subtraction. At last you have to solve the subtraction, but the first priority is to solve the bracket, the thing that is inside the bracket. So 9 plus 12 is in bracket, so we need to solve 9 plus 12 first. whose sum is 21, and then 21 is added to 15, which gives 36. Similarly, if we solve by taking 12 and 15 in the bracket, then also 9 plus 27, which is a sum of 12 and 15, equals 37. So this is associative law. Now see this remark. While adding 3 or more numbers, we group them in such a way that the calculation becomes easier. We arrange them suitably and add. Okay. So always remember, while adding, using associative property, you have to arrange the numbers in such a way that your calculation becomes easier. Let's see the example number 2. Find the sum of 645, 287 and 413. If you note here, all the numbers have been arranged here, but 7 and 3, when 7 and 3 is added, then their sum would be what? 0. Means 0 at the ones place. The sum would be although 0, 10, but the ones place would be occupied by 0. So we have to arrange them in this way. So if their sum would be 0, then addition of the next number, that is 645, would be built easier. Let's see now. 287 and 413 has been written in the bracket. Their sum is 700, and now when 700 is added to 645, then simply the sum is this. So you be careful while arranging the numbers, okay, using associative property. Arrange in such a way that your calculation becomes easier. Find the sum by suitable arrangement. Yes, here also suitable arrangement. Remember, suitable arrangement means what? You have to make your calculation easier. 847, 306 and 453. Let's see the first example. And if you check, these two numbers will add to 0 at their ones place. 7 and 3 is 10. The sum of 7 and 3 is 10, and 0 at its ones place. So we need to arrange these two numbers together. Let's see, this is arranged here. 847 plus 453 is written in the bracket, and then 306 is outside. Remember, this is the associative property, where two numbers are associated and one number is written here. So the sum of these two numbers is 1300, and in this way it has been. Now see the next example. In the next example also, 2 and 8 mix up to 0 at ones place, and 3 and 7 makes up to 0 at the ones place. So just remember, you have to take these two together and these two together, okay, just to make our calculation easier. Although we can arrange these two also together, that will not be wrong, but we have to make suitable arrangement. Suitable arrangement means just you have to make the calculation easier. So the sum is here. So these two are added here, these two are added here, and the sum is here. Find the sum. Yes, this is also very important. 999 is added to 3675, and here also a bit of trick is used. 999 can be written as 1000 minus 1, and 1000 minus 1, when written, we open the bracket, okay, and this 1000 is added to 3678, and then the sum is subtracted by the sum. One is subtracted by the sum, okay. This also makes our calculation easier. Here also, 1000 minus 9999 can be written as 10,000 minus 1, okay, like it has been done here. And then you have to take these two together, because adding these two will be easier for you than adding these two together. So we have added them together, and then at last 1 is subtracted from this. Okay. Now come to the magic square. Magic square is an arrangement of different numbers in the form of a square such that sum of the numbers in every horizontal line, every vertical line, and every diagonal line is the same. Yes, remember this. In any magic square, this is called diagonal. ठीक है? In any polygon, the line that joins the two opposite vertices is called diagonal. ठीक है? So this is the diagonal line, this is the vertical line, this one, and this is the horizontal line. ठीक है? So if we add these together and these together, the sum would be same. Let's see here. Row wide sum. 9 plus 2 plus 7, 9 plus 2 plus 7 is here, and then all the rows have been added here. 9 plus 2 plus 7, 4 plus 6 plus 8, and 5 plus 10 plus 3. All of these sum up to 18. Now if we see the vertical line or the column wise sum, 9, 4, 5, 2, 6, 10, 7, 8, 3. These all add up to 18. And now let's see the diagonal. There are only two diagonals. So 9, 6, 3 and 5, 7, 5, 6, 7. These two are also added here. They also add up to 18. So this is only the property of a magic square. In any magic square, the sum of numbers in horizontal line, vertical line, and diagonal line is same. This is it. Thank you everyone.